Hey, Dazzling Divas! Gonna give you a minute to come on in. Thought I'd come in just a minute early. Well, actually, I'm right on time now. Give you a chance to get here so that we could get started. Hopefully Ty and or Debbie pop on in. When you come in, say hi. Let me know you're here. Sure, I'm going to see lots of familiar people today and some new friends, which is awesome. So let me know you're here. Say hello. Hey, Jeannie. Hi, Kelly. How are you? Hello, Carla. Welcome, welcome. Give it a minute. Let people pop in. I know it's, kind of the middle of the afternoon, at least here where I am. Hey, Jen. Hey, Kristen. Give you a little time to get yourself settled in, and then we're going to get this thing started. How's everybody doing? Friday, right? Friday. I'm sure if you're at work, you're counting the hours. Hey, Mac. What's up, girlfriend? So good to see you. How are you, my love? Hello, hello. Hoping to see Ty or Debbie pop in. There she is. Hi, beautiful Debbie. Hi, Nicole. Seeing some people here from my team. My pleasure, Debbie. I have lots of notes and lots of information that I want to share. Yeah, Jen, I'm sure, girlfriend. Counting the hours, right? Hey, Jennifer. Doing great, Miss Mac. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Lady Carolyn. Seeing lots of my familiar friends. If you're new, popping in, just say hi. Hey, Gina. All right, some of my team is here. Hi, Samantha. Hi, Tammy. Gotham gang in the house. I love it. Hi there, Judy. Debbie Parkin, how about you give me the go-ahead? Tell me when to actually get started. I know we usually give just a little bit of time for people to come on in. Thank you, Ryan. So I'll wait for the boss lady, Miss Debbie Parkin, to say, get going, girlfriend. Hey, Courtney. All right, Debbie, awesome. So let me give you a little bit of scoop about who I am, in case you don't know me. My name's Heidi Bound, and I am the elite leader of the Gotham gang. I am here in New York City. I'm doing great, Lady Carolyn. Thank you, honey. Hi, Courtney, my friend. I want to give you just a little background on me so you know where I'm coming from and why Ty and Debbie asked me to do this training for you. This is something that I think that is, I don't want to use the word specialty, but I guess I will. Something that I've spent a lot of time working on, so I'm going to bring some information to you. My paparazzi background is such that I joined the company in July of 2017, so it's been just a few months over a year, and my business was so successful that I was able to retire from my 23-year teaching career on June 26th. I'm sure a lot of you know my story, but if you don't, there's the very long version in just a few sentences. Hi, Jennifer. So my being able to retire from teaching was not an accident. It wasn't just this random thing that happened. It was a lot of planning, a lot of work, and a lot of strategizing. And we're going to talk about some of the things that I've done to have that happen, because I'm sure there are many of you sitting here today that are thinking, wow, I could really take this business to the next level, but I'm not really sure how to do that. So hopefully you'll walk away watching from your day job. Hope it's not your day job forever, Jennifer. How's that? Hopefully you walk away with a whole bunch of tips. Hey, Mandy, Gotham gang in the house. My resume, per se, for paparazzi is that I am one of the very, very excited 7 of the Black Diamond Life of the Party. Yes. Woo-hoo. My PV for the year, from the time I started until the end of June, was very close, hi Mandy, to 100,000 PV, yeah, in my first year. So, hey Nancy, hey Becky. I am also an elite leader. I became an elite leader at the end of June. Hey Julia, hey everybody. I also have the Heidi necklace named after me, and I'm Crown Club 25. So I do have quite a resume after 1 year. And I think the big message there is that none of that happened by accident. All of that was a lot of hard work and a lot of planning. So the teacher in me suggests that you go grab yourself a notebook. That's what I tell my team in our trainings. Go grab yourself a notebook and take notes. Because I don't know about you, but you know, as you listen to these types of things, getting all that information, getting hit with it is really great. And then you walk away and it's like, whoa, that was so much. So take some notes, and I want you to also think about not only what I'm sharing with you, but how can you take this information and utilize it in your own business now, okay? Now. Because using this information now is going to help you not only now, but also into the fall season. I keep pretending I don't need my glasses, but let's just keep it real. It's going to take you into the fall season as well. When things start to get, you know, really crazy, you'll have yourself grounded in some of these concepts. So Ty and Debbie asked me to do this training on hostesses because hostesses were a huge reason why my business exploded as quickly as it did. But I'm also really strategic with my hostesses. And before we get into like the meat and potatoes of this thing, I'm going to ask you one favor. I have literally like 2.5 pages of things that I want to share with you. Hi, everybody. So if you could hold questions until the end, that would be great. Oh, thanks, Heather. If there's something that's like burning and you're dying to ask me, it's very possible that I'm going to answer it for you just in the information that I have, that I want to share with you. And if for some reason I don't touch on it, we can take a few questions at the end. I know we all want to be cognizant of the fact that it is Friday, and we want to, you know, watch for new releases, right? Because we're all keeping an eye on that for our businesses. So in light of this training, thinking through hostesses, that's the big topic. So if your question has something to do with things other than hostesses, maybe save it for another time so that we can be really focused in on the topic of this training. So Ty asked me to touch on a few points, and I wrote down some things. So just so you know, I'm going to refer to some notes here and there. The first question, of course, that people struggle with is how do you even get a hostess, right? I hear people all the time. You talk about hostesses, but I don't know how to get them. I think that hi Lewis, I think putting a graphic on your Facebook page is a nice touch, but I also think it's kind of a passive approach that doesn't get us the best results. I have a cute little graphic. Every once in a while I pop it up on my personal page. Hey Daryl. Sometimes I pop it up on my business page. I do not have a VIP page, just to put that out there. I use my personal page and a business page. I feel like if we have too many places for our customers to go, it gets confusing. Hi Brenda. Hey Mary. And if it gets confusing, then people won't shop with us. So I use my personal page for both personal and business. I use my personal page for my lives. Let's just get that out of the way. It's one of the first questions I usually get asked. But as far as using a graphic, I use a graphic, but I do think that's a pretty passive way of getting hostesses, because a lot of people see those graphics and they think, oh, she or he, they're not talking to me. They don't mean me. They don't want me to be a hostess. I've only purchased like 1 or 2 things. I'm not the right person for this. So, hi Melinda. I actually PM people and ask them to be hostesses. You could pick out, to get started, you could pick out some of your best customers and talk to them about how being a hostess means that they can get some free jewelry. So, and to back that concept up, what is a hostess, right? So a hostess is the person that's the hostess or the host, because we have guys definitely getting involved. See 2 great guys here, Lewis and Daryl, who I know. And within my show, for every 10 pieces that are purchased, my hostess gets one free, whether or not it's someone that my hostess invited, right? Because I think the big goal is to get more customers, and if we start being really nitty-gritty and minute about the details, then we're going to lose sight of the big goal of getting more customers and more viewers. So to get my hostesses, I'm going to kind of swerve in and out here, but make sure I touch on all of my points. I do PM some of my best customers. Hi, Gwendolyn. I also talk it up during my lives. So when I have a live with a hostess, which is not every live, it used to be, it's not now, I talk it up. So I keep track of how many purchased during a show on a strip of 10. So during my show, I'll be like, oh my goodness, can you believe it? I count quick. We've sold 60 so far, so Jenny's going to get 6 hostess rewards, right? So I keep talking it up. If you want to be a hostess like Jenny, make sure you private message me after the show. So I get private messages after every show. I'm booked into November already. So Brenda, hopefully some of this will help. So I'm constantly talking about it, constantly praising my hostess throughout. If you do post some feedback and comments, remember that we're on at least a 7 to 8 second delay. So give me a little bit of information if you want me to respond, but also don't make your comments too long. With one of the Facebook updates, they've started cutting off comments, which is, kind of annoying, but it happens. So I do talk it up throughout my show, and after every show, usually it's the same night, I get at least 1 or 2 people that say, hey, I really want to be a hostess, that looked like fun. So I think that graphics can be kind of like cute, but it's also a really passive way. You're expecting somebody to say, wow, he or she is speaking to me, versus you going out and sending private messages and just grabbing those people in, right? I train and prepare my hostesses. I have really high expectations of them, and we're going to talk about what happens if they don't follow through, right? But let's talk about the ones that do, which is 99% of the people that I get. So I send very direct private messages. I tell my hostesses that it is up to them to create an event, create cute posts. One of my most successful hostesses recently, she didn't post your typical like, hey, I'm having a paparazzi party. She posted like herself with a glass of wine. I think her party was on a Friday night. She had on paparazzi jewelry because she's a customer, a glass of wine, looking all cute. And, she wrote about like, let's spend our Friday night, with a girls' night with a glass of wine and shopping. She made it much cuter than that. But she did these super cute posts that people could relate to. Like, wow, this looks like a lot of fun, versus people that are talking about, come earn the free rewards. Like, that's cute, but she made it very personal. I do not set up events for my hostesses in the light of like the Facebook party events. I don't do any of that. My whole thing is that as a hostess, you need to do the work to get people there, and in turn, I reward you with free jewelry, and I'm really direct about that. I tell them that they're going to have the most success, and this is all in private messages before my live. And I'm usually really in touch about 48 hours to 3 days before. I tell them to make their posts really fun. They have to tag me, and it's really helpful to have their friends follow me in advance. Not friend requests, because I'm almost maxed out, but they need to follow me in advance to get the notifications. Now, if that doesn't happen, that's fine, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. But to have people following me in advance means, of course, that when I go live, because my lives are public on my personal page, they're going to immediately get that notification. And it just helps. So keep your eye on your hostess. If you do get a hostess for a party, you want to be in touch with them. You want to tell your hostess or host, right? I'm going to use hostess just for the sake of this training, but it can also be a host. You want to tell them what your expectations are, because as consultants, we know the goal, right? I know the goal of having a hostess is to get new people on my live. Hopefully long-term customers. Maybe they'll only shop that time, and that's cool too, right? But my goal is to have some new customers. My hostess doesn't know my goal. Her goal is to get free jewelry, right? But my goal is to get more people watching. So I need to be very specific and very direct about that. I think sometimes we're too scared and we're a little too passive, and that's when we don't get the results. I have my hostess in a live, and I give the hostess rewards no matter who shops. I think we get too nitty gritty about, well, that wasn't a friend, that's a regular customer. Who cares? Who cares? You get your hostess rewards in your packages from Paparazzi every single time you order. Use them. Treat your hostess like a rock star. That's what I call my hostess, my rock star of the night. Treat them like a rock star. If you start saying, I'm not going to give you 2 hostess rewards because those were my regular customers and you didn't invite that, that's so silly. It's so silly. And in my opinion, it's not a good business move because you're risking losing that hostess. Like, wow, really? Like, I've been working like crazy and that's the way you're going to treat me. Like, I just think we need to be really cognizant of those decisions and the long-term effects that they could have. Again, I'm pretty direct. So my expectations during a party, that's before. Start posting, tagging me, getting your friends involved, send private messages. It's work to be a hostess for me. But I usually sell about 300 pieces in a show. So my hostess is being treated like royalty, right? So the work is worth it. My expectations during a party, and I hope you're taking notes. Take your notes. My expectations during a party is when I start out, I welcome my hostess and I make a really big deal of that person. And I tell them, I go over my host spiel, who I am, my prices and all of that. And then I say, Jenny, I want you to treat tonight like it's New Year's Eve. You're the hostess. You're in charge of this party. My hostess does need to be present the whole time. Now, there have been times where, Wi-Fi bugs out, things like that. Like, life happens. But if you're just there hanging out for 15 minutes, that doesn't work for me. So they need to be there the whole time and commenting. And most specifically, what I do is tell them to comment the logistics, right? So the more often, and I say like every 4 to 5 minutes, just, they could do a little quick cut and paste, but during the show, those logistics, the price, the shipping, how to claim, like all of those things that if a hostess is taking care of it, then I can show more jewelry. I don't have to stop to say, and my prices are $5. I don't have to do that. My hostess is doing that. My hostess also keeps the party going with fun, cute comments too. Like, wow, that necklace is super cute. That would look great with, I have some hostesses that really get into that. When I start off my show, I do wait just a few moments and introduce myself and go through my stuff. And I directly say to my hostess, okay, Jenny, go get your friends. Now's your time to go get your friends, share this video, get it on to private message. I'll give you a few minutes before we get started. So that, again, I'm being very direct. I need you to go share this. I need you to go get more people here. And you can see within seconds of me saying that, the numbers climb in my viewers. I also tell my hostesses that whatever they purchase in their party, they will be invoiced for. It counts towards their party total. And I don't know, I've never had anyone, everybody's always cool with that because they see that if they buy in their own party, it's going to help them increase their numbers, right, of what's purchased. So my hostesses get really excited. They get really involved. I have a hostess, I'd say I go live 3 times a week scheduled. I do a lot of pop-ups too because paparazzi is now my full-time gig. But I have a hostess for at least 1 out of 3 parties now. When I first started, I had a hostess for almost every party, and that's how I built my business. There's follow-up then after the party, and immediately, I finish my party, I count what I have, and I immediately message my hostess with a huge thank you. You were a rock star. You were awesome. This is how many you sold so far. People get super excited. It's that immediate gratification of hey, all that hard work, it paid off. What I do also is for my hostess parties only, not for other parties where I don't have a hostess, the next day set up an album. Hey, Deb. I set up an album in my Facebook business page, and I call it, you know, Jenny's $5 bling party or Jenny's rockstar party, or whatever the case might be. And I go through and I pull stock photos of all of the pieces that are remaining. I don't add in new things. This way, Jenny can go and send the album to her friends that didn't have time to watch the live. Those pieces also count towards how many hostess rewards she gets. Even if my regular customers shop that album. Again, I'm not nitty-grittying like who gets, who claimed, who bought. No, okay? I just think that there's no point to that. So Jenny can then take her album, share it with her friends. I leave the album up for approximately 24 hours, but I do make a little graphic for her album that says it's for her, talk about the prices, and I say, you know, this is when it will be invoiced, and on the graphic I also say it will be taken down on Sunday at 1 p.m. So it's very clear to everyone, both Jenny and her customers, Jenny and her friends. Once I take that album down and I pull those remaining pieces, then I send, you know, you love how my hostess just became Jenny all of a sudden. I send Jenny her final total. Okay, so I combine her live party and the album. Now you might be thinking, wow, that sounds like a lot of work. It is. Yes, it's a lot of work, but I have myself in such a system that it works for me, and it takes a lot of work to build your business. So if you want to build your business, hostesses have been the biggest, like, foundational piece to my growth so quickly. Because I'm not having to go out finding a ton of new customers. I'm taking care of one person for that show. I'm taking care of all of them, you know what I mean? But one person is my highlight of that show. And she or he, they're getting me new people, right? I tell them that the goal is to get me at least 10 new customers in the show. And you'll be surprised, it actually happens. It actually happens. I get at least 10 new people, whether it's in the live and or the album. So hopefully all of that is making sense so far. I've talked a lot, and I asked you to save your questions, and you are. You're hopefully you're taking that all in and processing through. I think the important part with all of this is how do you kickstart this into your own business. So hearing me talk about it is great, but now how will you get your first hostess? Don't think about, I'm booked through November. That's not your goal. Your goal is to get your first hostess. Once you get your first hostess and you use some of my tips, you adjust them to make sense for you, then you'll do it once. You'll do that one time, and then it'll be more comfortable to go and do it again, right? So, hey Tracy. So what is your goal? Your goal is to get your first party booked with a hostess if you haven't already. If you've already done parties with hostesses, tweak it. Be direct. I think that's the biggest tip that I can give you, is be direct with your hostesses. Some of you might also be thinking, hey Julia, I have consultants that shop with me, and quite frankly, sometimes when they're a consultant shopping with me, I don't even know they're a consultant shopping with me. I treat everybody the same, whether they're a consultant or a customer. But consultants cannot be a hostess on my show, right? It only makes sense. I'm not going to send a ton of free jewelry to another hostess. And what consultant wants to send me their friend list? Think about it, right? I've also had people that have joined, have come onto my lives, and then they became a hostess, and they were like booked for like a month from now, and then they joined my team. So I was direct with them and was like, listen, I'm going to take you off as my hostess. I love that you're on my team. You don't want to drive your customers to me, right? You're a business owner now. So if you go on your Facebook page sending me your friends, that doesn't make sense as far as business, right? And everybody's been like, oh yeah, true, makes sense. So people ask me this: what if it flops? What if it doesn't work? Have you ever had a hostess that you've done all that work and then it hasn't worked out? You better believe it. I have. Once. She did a little work beforehand. I've had people that didn't do any like of the posts and things, and then I directly message them like the day before, and I say, maybe now's not a good time. Like, I also think it's how you handle it, right? Maybe now's not a good time. I'm going to take you, cancel you as my hostess for tomorrow night, and maybe we could reschedule for another time. Thanks for understanding. That's it. I don't get into like a whole, do you think that you'll be able to do it by tomorrow? No. Like, if you have not done the work and I've asked you in advance and you still haven't done that work, then it's not going to work for me, because it doesn't make sense for me to reward somebody hostess rewards who hasn't put in the time and the energy. I hope that makes sense. I had somebody, this was a few months back now, she did a little bit of work beforehand, and then on the night of the show, she was there, she was gone, she was off, she was in, she didn't do what she needed to do even during the show. So after the show, I sent her a message, and again, it's all on how you handle it. And I said, listen, it seemed like tonight wasn't the best night for you to have a show. You seemed like you had some other things going on. I'm going to reschedule you on a night that makes better sense for you to actually, to be a hostess. And somewhere in there I worded it too, like that I wasn't going to be giving her the hostess rewards. And again, it's all in your wording, right? But she didn't get me anybody new that night, and she wasn't even at the party long enough to help me by being a hostess. So it has to be a win-win for both people. So if it doesn't work, you need to think that through. And it's how you handle that. It's in your wording. Now, did she ever reschedule? She didn't. She didn't reschedule. And she didn't shop with me for a little while, but she coincidentally just started shopping with me again in the last week or so. So, your people will come back. It's not an end of a relationship, but you need to make really smart decisions as far as your business. I let my hostesses pick their rewards, and the way that I do that is after their party, I let them look in my albums, and they tell me what pieces they want to be rewarded with, because I don't think it's fair for somebody to do all of this work, especially before and during a party, and then I say, okay, let me just give you this whole bag of stuff that I can't sell. That's not fair. And you wouldn't want that either. And sometimes people are like, oh my gosh, what if they pick my best pieces? And I say, good, they deserve that. They've worked hard. They deserve your Viper earrings, right? They deserve that. They worked to help you build your business. Repay them. Repay them with jewelry that they love. And let's be honest, that has long-term effects. If you let a hostess pick your Viper earrings, which are selling like hotcakes, right? You let your hostess pick your Viper earrings, she's going to wear those Viper earrings with pride, and she's going to talk to people. She's now your commercial. She's going to talk to people. Your earrings are hot. Yeah, I was a hostess on Heidi Bound's Facebook Live party. These were only $5, right? Now you have the long-term effects of your hostess, not just your hostess in that show. So if you take good care of your hostesses, you're looking at that word of mouth. I've had people come and say, oh, hey, I'm a friend of Laura. We work together and I saw her jewelry. Can I be a hostess on your show too? Cool. And I said to her, you know what? Any friend of Laura is a friend of mine. Come join. So now Laura got me customers during her show. She got me customers in her album. And she got me customers at work because she was wearing the hostess rewards that she was able to pick. Do you see how that works? Right? Don't send them all those little necklaces that come in your hostess rewards and you can't sell them. Now, someone loves those, right? Someone loves those, but it might not be Jenny. Jenny might not wear brass. Don't send it to her. Let her pick what she wants. Let her pick. And then I have people that come onto my lives and they're like, I was just a hostess and I'm going to pick some of my, good, Kristen. Good. Yeah, Wendy, please. I have people come onto my lives because I let them pick their rewards from the lives too. I keep track, Jamie got 30 hostess rewards. She gets to pick them. I don't care what they are. Now it can't be Z pieces. That doesn't make sense. But you want to pick my best stuff, girlfriend. You're my commercial. I've treated you like gold. You're going to go to work looking fantastic. You're going to post your selfies on your page wearing that jewelry, and you're going to tell people where you got it. Right? So Ty said, make sure I talk about how does this help your business? This helps your business in the short term, right? This helps your business in that little snippet. of that live party. I keep track in a notebook. Courtney, you want to see it? It's crazy. Here it is. It's crazy, but it works for me. I keep track in a notebook. Right there it is. These people I already took care of. These people, this is how many they have. This is how many they used. I put it on their invoice so they know they do have to pay shipping. So I invoice 3 times a week. If they pick 5 hostess rewards, the rewards come for free, but they do pay the shipping. Because I tell them, I'm not rewarding you shipping, I'm rewarding you jewelry, right? But you're looking short term. I don't even want to say short term because it's not. Maybe more in the moment. In the moment, they're helping your business in the live, in the album. But long term, they're your PR, they're your commercial. So if you just send them the random jewelry, then out of Jenny's mouth could be, yeah, I worked like crazy for Heidi Bound, and I was a host on her show, and then she sent me this bag of mess that I'm never gonna wear. Right? Instead, I was a hostess on Heidi Bound's show. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun, and I got to pick this stuff for free. Think about it. What is a better business move for you, short term and mostly long term? Okay? I think we need to stop being so trying to micromanage things so much, and remember that there are people on the other end of this thing. And when we take care of the people that are helping take care of us, it's a big positive cycle that happens. If there's no hostess, you can still build viewers, right? And you can do that with games. Now let me give you a tip. So we started this game. We were using the timer that we got in Vegas, right? For those of you that got that cute timer. And every time we'd flip it over, and every time the sand would run out, whatever comment came up on the screen, because people were commenting during my live, their name went in a drawing. We were giving these away, which you're allowed to give away, by the way. I emailed compliance. You can give them away to customers. But hey, Tamala, as the timer went off, we'd put their name into a drawing and give these away, keep it up. When I don't have a hostess, the last show, I think we sold 300. We were putting the names in the drawing. It doesn't matter if you shopped or not. It doesn't matter if you shopped or not, right? Because you can't tie your prize to a purchase anyway. It doesn't matter if you shopped. We put the names in the little basket, and at the end of the show, we picked 3 names. Each person got 10 hostess rewards. They got to pick 10 free pieces. Now, the magic, here's the magic. Write this down. Grab a pen, grab a highlighter. Your winners needed to be present at the end of the show to win. Think about it. If they're present at the end of the show, hey Tamla, girlfriend, how are you? If they're present at the end of the show, they have stayed there. First of all, your viewers stay up, right? Secondly, they're shopping. I hear people say, oh, I'll just contact them if they're not there. No, what's your goal? Your goal is to get your viewers up. Your goal is to get people shopping. If they're shopping, right? So they're shopping. I'm now hitting 300 pieces in that show. The shopping that they're doing is also adding to my total number, which gives them more hostess rewards. You see it? Okay, you see the math? Okay, so if Becky leaves, she's not shopping anymore. So what I say to people is, the more you shop, the more hostess rewards. The more hostess rewards, our winner is going to get more at the end, right? They can't win Z Collection. I don't give Z Collection as a hostess reward, Carolyn. That's not what I said. No, honey. I don't give this as a hostess reward. I have given away, these can be given away. I've emailed compliance, okay? So I use these for different types of drawings, but if I'm doing a drawing, and I've given away Heidi's, I have, but it's 2 different drawings, done the same way, 2 different goals, right? So if I'm giving away a Heidi, it may be that I'm doing the thing with the timer, and then when the timer goes off, whoever name I see, it goes in the drawing, and I give away a Heidi at the end, right? Sometimes I'll do that when I have a hostess. So she's getting the hostess rewards and somebody's sticking around to win this or one of these. But if I don't have a hostess, I give away my hostess rewards. This is not a hostess reward. This is $25, okay? $5 pieces only. And the reason that for my Hostess Rewards I don't use this is that our profit margin on this is different than our Hostess Rewards. Okay, makes sense? So hopefully that clears it up for you. But I think it's important that we remember that there's somebody working for you. When they're a hostess, they're working for you. They're putting their time and their energy into getting their friends to your show, okay? And because of that, I also think it's important that your lives, like, you need to look great on your live. These people are getting their friends and family to come watch you. The last thing they want the next day at work is, you invited me to that show, that was a mess. I mean, she wasn't organized. Like, you want your hostess to walk away proud that they had their friends and family there. So a few tips on that. We're all watching, like, new releases, when are they coming? I know you're 95% paying attention to me, 5% watching for new releases, and maybe some of you are at work, so maybe there's a little work in there too. Let's see, Julia, your comments. Yeah. Hey, Ramona. What if the person watches a complete show, not make a purchase, but wins? They can still receive. Yes. Yes. Hi, gorgeous Ramona. Yes, the answer to that is yes, Julia. Absolutely. And some people probably disagree with me. They're probably like, oh my gosh. But first of all, it's against compliance that they can only win if they buy. Okay, that's not okay. Secondly, what are your long-term goals? Okay, if Becky was at the show the whole time but she didn't buy anything, she might be thinking about joining your team. She might be thinking about her aunt that is trying to buy a lot of, oh, there you go, Samantha, that might be trying to buy a lot of holiday gifts, and you might be the person she's going to tell. So if all of a sudden Sammy wins, or Becky, I'm looking at Sammy, Becky wins your drawing, and then you say, she didn't make a purchase. Now she's not going to make a purchase, right? Now she's not. So think about your decisions and the long-term effects. I think we get too caught up on, it's going to cost me a little money. Yes, business does cost you a little money. Did you mention it helps to have a fan club? No, Ramona's my fan club president, and that's trust and believe. She has my signature on a picture from Vegas. Sammy, I'm going to talk a minute, just a few brief little tips on your lives in general. But I really want you to stop and think. Let me see if I can see your comments. When they're too long, I can't always see them. How do you keep your setup organized when somebody asks you for, and you showed it a while ago, I'm looking all over 45. Oh, I use a board, Tanya. I have a board and everything's numbered. Yeah, I do multiples of everything in one of my big shows. So if I did number 3 like 2 hours ago, number 3 is right here. You want it? I got it for you. You got to be organized in your show. So I was trying to, I think the biggest takeaway from this, a couple takeaways, right? And then we're going to talk a little bit specifically about your lives. Is what can you do in your business right now? Okay? What can you do? A bit unclear about, or I'm guessing if, Cosmo, I can't read your whole comment. You got to give me a little less. I do have multiples in bids, Courtney. Yes. Yep. Give me like one question. Don't give me a whole bunch because it cuts off your comments. It's kind of frustrating, but it's the reality of what we're dealing with. Yeah, and this is what, let me see. So think about, what could you do? What could you do right now? Go find your 3 best customers and ask them to be a hostess, right? Ask them to be a hostess. My numbers are in order, Tanya. That's it. Yeah, ask them to be a hostess. Go do it as soon as this is done. First, your best 3 customers, ask them. Secondly, think about how you're treating your hostesses. Think about how you're treating people in your lives. It's not about the short term, the nickel and the dime, right? I know some of us are on a tight budget, but you got to think that stuff through. You don't take care of those people, word of mouth happens, right? Think about it. I live in New York City. If the restaurant down the street does not take care of me, you can bet and believe people are going to know about it. right? Not just maybe from me, but from others, okay? How do you invoice your pieces per name, per number, per total? That's a whole different thing, Cassandra. I use PayPal, but that's a whole, like, Debbie, that's a whole different training, right? Invoicing. It's a whole different ball game. And I know that Debbie, I know, hopefully you're still here, my love. Debbie has YouTube videos on that, on how to invoice, which I think is an easier process to watch than to listen, you know, to hear about. Hostess battles are fun, yeah. You have two hostesses and they're battling, and if they have people that are there because they specifically came because they were invited by that person, they could just do like an M before their number to say like, hey, you know, Mary invited me. So M43 if they're claiming number 43, and then whoever gets the most, they get the hostess rewards plus some. But I always give, yeah, there you go. Thanks, Debbie. I always give hostess rewards to both people in that, but the one that got the most claims gets a few extra. That's all. So let's talk about your lives. Keep them fun. Let your personality shine through. I scroll through lives all the time, and sometimes I pop in. And when I hear you saying, this is a black pen, and it has a cap. Okay? Think about how to let your personality shine through in your lives. To know if you list... No, I use stickers. I use stickers, and I just write Julia Willingham on the sticker. I slap it on the piece of jewelry, and everything goes into one bin. I can't read your whole comment, Cassandra. It's too long, girlfriend. And I invoice 3 times a week using PayPal. Yeah, 3 times a week using PayPal. It goes into one bin, and then my husband sorts it by name, and then he puts them into a pink mailer right away and writes the name and how many are in it. I take those, I PayPal invoiced really fast, shuffling through those envelopes. And then I started using ShipStation, thanks to Debbie and Ty, for my shipping. And Debbie, we have that laser printer on its way today to make the labels, yes. I don't put, yeah. How do you know how many pieces to show during a hostess party? I show 50 in every party. 50 in every party. Sometimes it might be 2 things on a hook because they go together. Yeah, it's true, Ramona. You're exactly right. I'll make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, so let me... ShipStation's so much faster. And again, Ty and Debbie have a video on that too. I think that... Oh, I don't write the name. I just write 3 pieces. My thoughts are, what is the point to that? I write 3 pieces. I don't say 1 necklace, 2 rings, 4, like, whatever you need to do it with longevity. So if I was doing that, I would go crazy. So my invoice is very general. The goal of the invoice is to tell the customer how much they owe and get them to pay. Right? So I keep it pretty general. ShipStation, look on Ty and Debbie's YouTube page. There's a video on that. It's a way to ship that doesn't take you through that whole step-by-step process on PayPal, but it does connect to your PayPal. It does connect to Square. Go check it out. Ty told me about it a long time ago, and I was like, oh, okay. And then, yeah, okay, Cassandra, good. I was not following your question because I couldn't read the whole thing, honey. But it has changed our lives as far as shipping, as far as speeding up the process. I was spending about 10 hours a day, 3 times a week just shipping, because we sell, I did the numbers for 2 weeks, and it was close to 3,000 pieces in 2 weeks. So you can imagine what comes in here and out of here, okay? So when you have pieces that won't move, what's your bet? I put them on my board with a brand new piece, right? So as an example, if she's not moving, we've had her for a little bit, maybe, I don't even remember, but let's say she's old, right? She's an old piece. I put her on my board with a brand new pair of earrings that match it. Now, I'm selling this as number 21N for the necklace, 21E for the earrings, or 21 set. You can bet and believe that when you match up your old stuff that won't sell with something new, it's going to sell. 95% of the time. okay? When people shop your older lives, how do you keep track of what number? I delete them. I sell too much jewelry, Tanya, to have my old lives up. I delete them. As soon as I'm finished a live, it gets deleted. If people want to shop, they can shop my albums. Yeah, I can't, because I can't keep up with all of that back and forth. It's just too much. There's my sister. Hi, Hillary. Okay. So you're asking me about lighting. Right now my lighting looks pretty great, right? I have on a lamp and a small chandelier. I use the white LED bulbs. I love you too. You could catch the replay, Hillary. You know a lot of this stuff because my sister does a lot of the same stuff. Yeah. That's it too, Ramona. My customers know I am on Sunday night, Wednesday night, Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. sharp. And we go sometimes like late. And if you want to watch us tonight, you are more than welcome to come. You know, bring your notebook, take notes on how we do things. We're on at 8 o'clock tonight. I ask you one huge favor. Thank you, Brenda. If you come and watch my show, please do not poach my customers. I know some of you are like, whoa, I can't believe she just said that. It's been happening to me and it's not cool. So if you come on to my live tonight to watch and learn, please leave my customers alone. I've worked really hard to get them, and they don't want to come to the show and have other consultants sending them friend requests. Please don't do it. Don't do it to me. Don't do it anywhere. It's really bad business. And when it happens to my customers, they send me screenshots of the consultants. Oh, Lisa will be in the house. Got your girlfriend. They send me screenshots and I'm like, oh my gosh, that person's doing that? Like, I mean, and it's kind of just like note to self. And do not comment that you're a consultant. Thank you, Hillary. So I'm just putting that out there. Please don't do that. If you go on to other people's lives, please, please, please. I'm going to make my customers and viewers stay to the end to receive the hostess rewards. Please use etiquette. Yeah. Yeah, just please think about what you're doing. It's tacky. I know I'm nice about it. I am nice about it. Some people may not be as nice, but I'm just putting that out there. So let's bring it back to the lives. Keep it fun. Let your personality shine. Please come watch us tonight at 8 o'clock. Cutie will be here, who's our 13-year-old nephew. He's my assistant. He has his own little spark in the show. People love him. Look nice. Look nice. If you're not a makeup wearer, throw on a little lip gloss. Do the hair, right? Like, Paparazzi is not just a jewelry company. We're about fashion and style. Okay? So women and guys want to come watch and learn about fashion and style through other people that are exuding that. We all have different style. You don't have to show up looking like me. I have my eyeshadow on, right? But get yourself looking professional, looking nice. Wear your jewelry, Jen Nangle. That was my next. It's literally, I wrote that down. So look good. Let your personality shine. Look fun. Right. We're about fashion and style. I pulled out a cute dress today, right? Like I'm in my own home. My makeup's done. My necklace is on. My jewelry's on point. My nails are done. Like, think about how you're presenting yourself. I know my husband does his own late night show too. That's just a whole different conversation. But think about that in your lives. It's not just about the lighting. It's about how you look and how you're presenting yourself. When people come on and they see me, fashion's important to me. If I know fashion, then I'm going to be able to talk to you. There you go, Lewis. I'm going to be able to talk to you about the jewelry and how it works with fashion, okay? I can't read your whole comment. Girls, help me out, and guys, please make sure you're not giving me a whole lot in your comment because I want to be able to acknowledge what you're writing and I can't read the whole thing, okay? My background is clean. We just have a painted blue wall. The blue pops. It was like that before I even started Paparazzi, and we were like, maybe we'll leave it like that because it really does pop. My jewelry is back here so I could grab it. It's well organized. My board is 1 through 50 in order. So that way somebody was saying they have to hunt for the jewelry. I don't have time for that, right? wear your jewelry, describe the jewelry. Like, I say things, I wouldn't say, this is the Heidi and it's silver and it has four. No, this is the Heidi. It is sassy, it is slinky, and dare I say, it's sexy. And it's Friday night, girls. You know you need this gorgeous necklace on a Friday night. Look, I'm wearing it with my dress. I've seen people rocking this with a t-shirt. Now, Ramona comes to my show. I love Ramona. Ramona loves this necklace. I'm going to say something like, I've seen Ramona rock this in a casual way. I've seen Lewis rock this on his show, and he is looking fine. That's how I'm talking about my jewelry. That's my style, right? And now I'm going to say it has these gorgeous 4 bars. Can you imagine when you walk into a room, people are going to notice you. It looks great with my dress. I could wear this with a white t-shirt and a pair of jeans, okay? Do you put specific 50 pieces on your board for the lives versus your... I only use a board for my live, Tanya. I don't have jewelry all over the place. Actually, my jewelry, here, flip it. See those bins? It's all in there. Jewelry is all organized in bins. I live in New York City, so I have a 2-bedroom apartment. 1 bedroom is devoted to our bling business. So everything's organized in there by style, by color. So if somebody says, oh, do you have blue moonstone? I'll know where to look, right? But my board is set up 1 through 50, and then my XX pieces are over in baskets, okay? Sometimes I do like a one and done show. That looks a little bit different, but those are very rare. Most of my shows have multiples, and I'm at the point now where the least amount that I buy on something is 5 or 6. I shop every day, and I do a featured necklace at the beginning of every show, and the featured necklace, I usually have anywhere from 25 to 40 of them, okay? Do you treat other consultants as customers or consultants? I treat everybody equally. You have a creative vision with each item. Yeah, and some I'll talk about more than others, right? Like even something like this. This guy was not a huge hot seller for me. I have a few left, okay? Yellow is tough with my crowd. But with this necklace, instead of saying it's yellow with some silver, and I'll say, this is so cute. This is gonna take you right into fall. You can wear this with your gray. Think of this with a light gray, like a cashmere sweater. This is also gonna look great with a gray sweatshirt. How cute is this with your navy blue, olive green, right? Okay? Think about that, how to present your jewelry, okay? So this is all going back then to your hostess. The more you're talking about those things, now your hostess is gonna get involved, and she's gonna say, I wore that necklace just the other day with blah, 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 okay? Your camera angle. Fellow paparazzi family, please, please look at your camera angle. I'm looking straight on. I'm filling the screen. I'm going to show my jewelry. It's coming in nice and close, right? Nice and close, okay? I'm going to show my necklace on a bust. I'm going to do all of those things. I see camera angles that terrify me. And what I mean by that is, ladies, nobody wants to be seeing the chest everywhere, okay? Let's think of what we have going on in our cameras, okay? Nobody wants to be looking up your nose. Nobody wants to see jewelry from way back here, okay? Hey, Claude. I use an iPad, okay? How many times have you scrolled through Facebook to see chests? Camera angles should not be here. Did nobody want to watch that? Sorry, okay? I keep it real. Those of you who know me in my real life know that nobody wants to see that, okay? Straight on. Oh, look cute. Wear your jewelry. Pop on some makeup. If you don't do as much makeup as me, fine. Little lip gloss, a little mascara. You are speaking not only from the point of view of your business, but you are a stylist for this company, okay? Tanya, I don't do that. So, yeah. I just think that's too much for me. I guess my best advice would be for have people to send you screenshots. Yeah, I don't keep track of what was shown either. I think sometimes we put too much thought into the minutia, right? So when I take this board down, because I have a show at 8, it's just going to go back in my inventory and I'll pull it out again sometime. Like, I'm pretty chill about that. Crotch shots, yes. I mean, please, please, okay, please, can we please think about camera angles? Ask yourself, if you were on the other end of the camera, would you want to watch that? Okay? Yes, Brenda, ShipStation, love. Thank you, Ty and Debbie. Think about that. Okay? Great. Good, Claude. If somebody's watching me like this, I'd be comfortable watching somebody that looks like I do as far as camera angle, pulled together, organized. But if I flip through some lives and I'm seeing all kinds of crazy stuff, I'm going to keep on going. Okay? Please think about that. Your lighting, if you're organized, please do not do your lives on your unmade bed. Okay? Please, as much as we love our children, maybe have them pop in. My sister has her kids pop in. Hey, because everybody wants to know that you're real too, right? Hey, come on in, say hello, out you go. Okay? I have 2 dogs. Everyone knows them because they know my life, right? Hey, here's Shadow. Isn't he cute? Off he goes. No smoking, drinking, or vaping. I can't. Okay? Have your cup of coffee. Have your, you know, your glass of iced tea. I can't read your Hulk. Oh, okay, I got it, Simone. Simone, I did cover that actually at length. At length. Okay, so go back and watch it from the beginning because there's actually a few different points with that you'll want to go back and get the details. Please don't eat while you're live. Okay, there's been a time where I've had to throw an occasional cough drop in my mouth. That happens, right? Throat gets a little dry, you're talking for a while, but it's not time to eat pizza. Okay? And it's not time to have your cigarette. And it's not time to be playing inappropriate music. Okay? Ryan, that's your call, girlfriend. I don't think it's appropriate, but that's me. Other people might feel differently. But I, as a professional, want to represent the company properly. So I have my glass of something. And if you have your little glass, you want your little champagne, put it in a glass that isn't screaming champagne. Right? I mean, I just think what you're putting out there is so important. And once you put it out there, you can't get it back. Right? You can't get it back. So I don't know, just for me, you know, I have your drink, you're there to sell jewelry. You want to have your little bit of champagne, put it in some other glass. Don't let me know, because my thoughts are going to be, oh, she's on her show selling jewelry and drinking. How do I know she's not going to mess up my order, right? Is she drinking too much? Maybe I wouldn't think that way, because I'm a little bit more laid back than that. But, you know, gosh, I hope she didn't drink 4 glasses of champagne. Hopefully she's not giving my jewelry to someone else. You know, people's heads do strange things. They really do. They start thinking very, you know. So that's the end of my spiel. Like, I went into a whole bunch of different things. And I know we're all waiting for the new releases, right? Coffee mugs are your friend. Yeah. I've seen 2. Yes, absolutely, Deb. Yep. So do you have any questions, especially specific to lives and more specifically, that's cute, to hostesses? Because I can take those now as we're all, because you know Friday, those new releases are on fire. And I am on at 8 p.m. tonight, Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to come watch with the lens of learning and not poaching, please come and do that. Cutie will be here so you can see a little behind the scenes. Do you do lives on your business page? I don't at this point, Tanya, but it's something my husband and I have been talking about, is just trying to tap into that audience a little bit, because I know that when you go live in your business page, Facebook views it as a business and will shoot it out to some more people. How did you increase your audience? Felicia, I talked about that a lot at the beginning with hostesses, and it's also about consistency. You have to be consistent. But if you haven't been here since the beginning, go back and watch from the very beginning. The lighting, Jennifer, I mentioned, we just use white LED bulbs. I don't have a big fancy light, and you can see my lighting is great. I don't use the close-up lens. Some people do. It's not that I have any feeling about them. It's just we got one from Paparazzi in Vegas, and when we tried to use it once, my nephew knocked the whole iPad off the stand, so it wasn't a good look. So we keep saying we should play with that thing when we're not on the air. My sister uses it with great success. I think your comment may be too long. Let's see. Do you tell the hostess or hostess your goals up front? That's trying to get more. Yes, Kristen, watch this from the beginning. I went over all of that, girlfriend. Okay? Everything, it's a lot of these things that you're asking me, I went over at the beginning, so perhaps you came in a little bit late, which is totally fine, but we're going to leave this up, Debbie, right? So you can go back and watch from the very beginning. Okay? All those things, Kristen, that you're asking, I was very specific about in the beginning, so hopefully those tips will help you. We'll go back and watch, honey. Okay? I am very specific, and I want you to go back and watch it. So that you could see the types of things. That's why you got to take notes, right? That's why I said you got to bring your notebook to these things. Read comments. Hate when comments aren't being read. Acknowledge your guests. I acknowledge every single person that comes in. Love you too, Hillary. No problem. Absolutely. Debbie's going to leave it up. I acknowledge every single person that comes in. I do. Every single person. And if I have something that's like a funny ongoing joke I've had with the person, or maybe I saw that it was, their birthday or something happened in their family that was maybe not so good, I'll try to acknowledge those things while I keep going. My mom says, I'm really glad I taught you how to multitask. You're very welcome. Debbie, is there anything else that you think, or do you think we're cool? Hopefully I touched on everything. And as you can see, I'm very direct with my business, and I think we need to be. We need to stop making excuses about our own worth, stop making excuses about why things won't work. I've been saying a lot lately when I do my opportunity night kinds of things, there are hashtag no excuses. Stop it. Stop it. Go get a hostess. Go get a hostess. Make it work. Okay? Make it work. Good, Kristen. Hey, Jennifer. Okay, if you don't have a hostess, go get one. Go get one. Do it right now. Turn this off. Go get your top 3 customers and tell them you want them to be hostesses. Don't ask them. I want you to be a hostess on my show on this date. You'll get free jewelry. I just need you to get me some more people. Do you see? Okay? Go do it right now. Your business is going to change. Oh, thanks, everybody. Good, Debbie. Good, good, good. Okay? And think about how you're treating people. The short-term effects, the long-term effects for your business, and stop making excuses. Okay? Stop making excuses. You are worth more than that. This business is an opportunity for you to change your life. Go do it. And let me know. I want to know. If you get hostesses, if you get your first hostess book, let me know. Let me know. Debbie Parkin, I've actually, you know what, we'll up the ante here, and we can talk privately. But I would be willing to give away to Heidi. Let's do some sort of contest on your page. Okay? I'm going to just put it out there. I didn't even discuss this with Debbie. She's like, oh, Heidi, what? I want to do some kind of special drawing from me. So let's talk, and we'll give away a Heidi for somebody that will figure out a way to get people to get some kind of reward for hostesses. Let's talk. Can we do that? Okay? No, they don't shop in my home, Tanya. Lives. I do all lives. So let's do something, Debbie. I'll put a Heidi aside, and we'll do some kind of something. Okay? If you can come up with the criteria, Debbie, and then let me know, it'll be, we can talk. Let's PM each other, and we'll figure it out. Okay? And we'll get some hostesses going, and we'll do some kind of cute, fun drawing. Okay? I'm down. I'm down. Go get your hostesses right now. You can get one before the new releases even come out. All right. She's very motivating, isn't she? Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. My pleasure. I have been a consultant, Tanya, for a little over a year. You're welcome, Jen. A little over a year. Yeah. I started at the beginning of July 2017. At the beginning of the video, I went over my paparazzi resume, basically. So, if you have not had a chance, this is about an hour. So go back and watch this thing from the beginning and get ready to grab those new releases, right? Get ready to grab those new releases. Yeah, a little over a year. Yep. There you go, Megan. All right. Hashtag no excuses. Know your worth. Thanks. Bye.